On election day, the 6th of May 2010, award-winning filmmakers Bill Maloney and Lily Starr hit the streets of their native South London. It was the filmmakers' intention to give their people a chance to speak with the honesty that can only be found amongst the lower classes.
What I do, I'm a filmmaker, right? Hold yourself together, right? Keep calm, right? Now, I'm a filmmaker, right? And now we got an election, so we're picking who we want to lead this country, right? Who would you let lead this country, be the leader of this country? Who?
I don't know.
What about Superman? Spider-Man? Spider-Man? Or Doctor Who? Right, so that's it. See, the kid knows. The kid knows more than you lot. Ain't that Spider-Man or Doctor Who? Right, I know. Give me that again. Charlie, love ya. Tell them about your biggest concern.
Immigration.
Immigration. Oh, fucking hell, noisy.
Taxi.
Do you trust politicians?
No, definitely not.
You don't trust the politicians? No. Have you ever trusted them?
No.
This is polling day. We're going to pick a leader. Now, there's 68 million of us in this country, and we got to get one hero to lead us. Who's going to be the hero to lead us? You tell me first.
I'm a bit interested in
Yeah, I like that one. My old woman. I'll tell you what, you're probably right. I know. Who's going to win?
I don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, that man don't give a flying fuck. I don't think I do. Do you trust politicians?
Not really. I love them are craps.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll be on GMTV tomorrow morning. Then we're going, oh, this geezer.
Right, Israel, let me just do a little piece. Right, I'm in Catford Market with a guy called Israel, and Israel's been working here for many years. And Israel is part of the black community. And what I'm talking about is how are we living in a fractured Britain, and are the black people getting what they should be getting, or the lower working class white people getting what they should be getting? Are we coming together? Or is there a possibility of that ever to happen properly? How do you feel on that, Israel?
Yeah, I think we're coming together individually, not generally, but we're definitely coming together as a people, as individual people, but not necessarily as generally.
And it's taken a long time, Israel.
It's taken a long time. It's taken a long time.
How old are you, Israel?
I'm 38.
Well, you're looking very good for your age, mate. Well done. You're not maybe you're a year older than me.
I thought it was much.
I'm joking. But like when I was a kid, when I was here, all the schools I went to Samuel Pepys. I went to schools in Peckham, Brixton, Lewisham, and we had our youth clubs. We had our football teams. We could box. We were, and we had competitive sports, and we had a discipline from that came within. Now the government's not funding the sports, and this is the government that said they want to do away with competitive sports. How do you feel about that one, Israel?
Well, I feel that when we're talking about politics, we're talking on very loose grounds, because you see, the thing is with politics is we got to watch what they do, not watch what they say. They they give all the big talk, but really and truly they're in it for themselves. They've got their own agenda.
And we pay their wages.
Exactly. And I think what the thing is with the people is they've got to realise that the government, the people are the government. And who it is that we're calling the government, these prime ministers and MPs, they're there to serve the community, they're there to serve the people, that's the job.
But we don't know them, and they don't know us.
Exactly.
Now, you come from the middle classes, if you come from a privileged background, it's like David Cameron has a personal fortune of £30 million. That's right. Gordon Brown was brought up in a middle class existence, if you like, privately educated, etc., etc.
Right.
How do they know about the pain of us?
Nothing. They don't know nothing. None of them do, because they're living in this, sky-high mansions, and they got their fancy cars. They got all these bus drivers, so they haven't got a clue. They're just in their office giving out orders, putting pressure on the people, and they have got no idea, no clue what it's like for the average person on the street.
I was in New York, right? I was representing a film I had out there, and while I was there, Lily and we went down into Harlem, and we were filming the people of Harlem, and it seems very quiet and subdued in Harlem. But there was one guy I met called Marvello, and I gave him $10 because he was living on the street, and I said, what did you think about crime in this country? And he said, they keep crime going because it's profitable. It's
profitable, exactly. They keep people in prison. That's why they want more and more people in prison. They want more and more people, because that's how it works. you have to remember that all of these companies, whether it's the NHS and all that lot, it's all about corporations. If you look about the corporations that are behind it, they want people in prison because
private companies. And what's happening with the prison system? The prisons are being run by private companies like Serco.
But they're all government orientated. This is what they're all government orientated. So then I can now pass the check.
Our taxes go to the government.
Exactly.
And then the government.
But they say, look, because they say to the government, look, all the money's going on prisons. And so people can't argue.
And
but who owns the prison? When you track the money, that's what I say. You got to follow the money. If you follow the money, you find out.
Always follow the money.
Follow the money. Follow the money. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
Let me just tell you something. We have our young offenders. Now, young offenders.
How much is, just to cut you there? So how much is it to keep it? They say it's what?
Well, I'm just going to tell you that. No, I'm going to surprise you with this. To keep a young offender in a privately run institution is between £85,000 and £215,000 a year.
A year. You might as well throw him up in the Hilton, innit? But you might as well. Yeah. But they're saying it's about 250 quid a day. And I can stay in the Hilton. I can just stay in the Hilton for 100 quid a night. No, it's true. So you might as well put me up in the Hilton and I won't come in and I'll cry. You know what I'm saying?
For that kind of money, you could have an Oxford or Cambridge education.
Of course you can. Of course you can. So it doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense to keep someone in prison. You're saying that you're incarcerating them and you're putting them in prison and then it's costing you £250. It does not make sense. It doesn't make no sense.
And also with the kids as young as 8 in care, they're using restraining techniques. If a kid gets a little bit unruly, Now, one of their restraining techniques is called nose distraction, which means more or less that to the nose, and it's designed for pain. And then you've got one called a double-seated embrace, where they sit a kid on the floor, 2 guards sit on him, and a lot of them are having crushed internal organs. We've got 3 children dying every single week in this care system in this country. 3 every week, brother. You know what I mean? That's my thing, Israel, because I was brought up in care.
No, I understand.
I'm trying to help the kids, like you say. I've got to chase the fucking money.
It's the money. It's the money. You just got to follow the money. That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
We'll put it on after 9 o'clock.
But another thing as well, because there's one time I came. Well, it wasn't an idea. It's something that has always been done. But with prisoners, because what they can do, there's certain things that they could bring into the prisons that can help the prisoners make things for the community.
Exactly.
Do you get what I'm saying? You can get them to build or get them to make clothes.
That's what we're saying.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that they
or
kind of
teach a kid to lay a brick.
Right, exactly. So you kind of pay for them. Well, they're not doing that. They're not doing that. They'll give them the TV. They don't watch. Apparently they watch DVDs and all that lot. You know what I'm saying?
And for £250,000, all they get, they call them young training offenders places, but all they get taught is the national curriculum and religion.
Exactly. So this is what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. If you're saying that it's costing 250 quid.
No, £215,000 a year.
I need to be a criminal, mate.
You know what I mean?
They say crime don't pay. I mean, he's paid somebody, isn't it?
And a lot of these prisons also are privately funded. So you can go and they're saying to these rich business people, because they've got their money to invest in.
Exactly.
And they go and invest it in and they get the profits.
That's right, is it? And that's how it is. And that's how it's circling.
Peace, mate.
Listen,
thank you very much.
Yeah,
I'm going to talk to you again.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm doing these, I'm going around. Nice, mate. Nice to meet you, mate.
Get your backside off and do something for the youth. You know what I'm trying to say? When I was young, we used to go to the parks.
Listen to it.
You know what I'm trying to say? We had after school activities.
Youth centre.
Youth centres. We used to go play table tennis.
We used to be able to leave our front doors open.
Everything
now
was
they hardly have those
all
things.
that, it's all gone. And then you got all this youth, all this stabbing and shooting and
killing
stuff.
each other.
Well, the youth ain't got nothing to do. Yeah, you've taken all it away from you. You've taken all the activities away. So
exactly.
They expect.
They're trying to create their own activity, but obviously because there's no one there to guide them.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bill Maloney in Israel are fucking prime ministers.
Well, exactly.
We could have a hung parliament. We could have a hung parliament.
And I'll show you where the money's going. I'll show you where the money's going.
And we'll show you how to spend it as well. First of all, we'll go out.
Free health for the elderly. You know what I mean? So
I'm going.
It's how it is, mate. Listen, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. And likewise. But let me tell you something. There's an organisation and they're called Forward Ever. and they represent all the black people that have been killed in custody.
Okay,
900 of them over about 4 years. So I'm speaking at their march, and then I'm doing another one on child abuse next. So I stepped away from the money in the big films, and now I'm doing what I'm doing. But just talking to people like you, and I mean this seriously, makes it all worthwhile.
Thanks a lot. Thanks. It means a lot coming from you.
What's your name?
Hello, Pat. Jeannie.
Oh, no, I thought you was with a woman called Jeannie. You know the old girls who sitting there and they had their coffee and that? Ain't you part of that little...
No, I don't go there.
Right, Pat, today, right, I'm a documentary filmmaker, right, and I...
You know my grandson, don't you, Tommy?
Oh no, Tommy, yeah.
My grandson.
Dark hair.
That's where you see him from.
Dark hair.
Yeah, Tommy.
Good actor. Tommy, I auditioned him, see? Right, anyway. Right, Pat, it's the polls today, right? Can I first ask you, do you trust politicians?
No, I fucking hate them all.
You fucking hate them all?
Yeah.
You see what he does to this lady, the senior citizen, makes her swear like that.
What's the name on there?
No, of course you ain't. We don't do no what's the name in. You're let's kiss. I love her. See, this is what Britain...
That's my daughter, that's my great-grandson.
Hello chaps, this is what Britain was built on. Strong men and women like Pat. Yeah, and you lot are fucking it for us. Sorry about that.
You're right there.
I know that, darling.
Cheers,
And you
Pat.
look really better. He knows
I know
Tommy.
Tommy, yeah, Tommy's a good actor.
He knows Tommy.
I'm a filmmaker, right? Right? Hold yourself together, right? Keep calm, right? Now, I'm a filmmaker, right? And now we got an election, so we're picking who we want to lead this country, right? Who would you let lead this country? Be the leader of this country? Who?
I don't know.
What about Superman? Spider-Man? Spider-Man? Or Doctor Who? Right, so that's it. See, the kid knows. The kid knows more than you lot. Either Spider-Man or Doctor Who. Right, I know. Give me that again. Charlie. Love ya. Tell her, mate. You know we've got an election today, chaps. Yeah. Have you got any interest in politics?
None whatsoever.
Why is that? Why aren't you interested in politics? I'm not digging you out because there's a lot of people in the same boat. You know what I mean? But what
They don't listen to what we say anyway. So.
And what would you say to them?
Let me smoke in a pub again. Let me smoke in a pub again.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
What I'll say,
Yeah.
stop taxing the things that I enjoy.
Yeah, i.e. the working classes. And we don't, you know, because what's happening there, chaps, is, you know, the middle classes, they're saying, oh, we go work, we're working class and all, but we're talking about lower working classes here, aren't we? Our culture.
Yeah. You eat and have a beer after a good day's work and chat and find things out. Yeah.
And we're the ones who get this fucking country on its feet again at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I sound like Bob Crow now, aren't I? Nice talking to you, chaps.
Cheers.
Who's going to win? You give a flying fuck. Yeah. Who's going to win?
I don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, that man don't give a flying fuck. I don't think I do either. Right, so here we are. We're with Lily's granddad, Graham, and as I said, it's polling day. So Graham is 94 years of age. Now that's a long time to be hanging around, you know what I mean? And I'm just going to ask him a few questions and see if we can get some words of wisdom from one of our wiser members of this country, if you like. So, Graham, we've spoke quite a lot in the past, and today being polling day, first of all, I'd just like to open it up because, you know, I've been having a quick chat with you. Do you trust politicians?
No, definitely not.
You don't trust the politicians? No. Have you ever trusted? You trust politicians?
Not really. I love them are craps.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thanks, sir. Right, here we go, Lil. Right, today, Ron, it's the polls for the election for our new leader who's going to tell us how to live and do everything for us. Who are you going to vote for?
Fuck knows.
Fuck knows.
Yeah.
Well,
they're all fucking useless.
You've got to vote. Do you hear what this man said? They're all useless, and he was born and bred in this country, and he thinks you're all useless, and so do I.
I'm on Bill's side.
Right, that's it. But hang on. Right. What do you think of Gordon Brown?
The man was left hanging. The man was left hanging. He got dropped in it like a cracking canoe, son.
Right, that's it. That'll do, mate. He's busy anyway, because we just pull the crowd, you know what I mean? So as soon as we pull the crowd, I'm going to take a tomato.
On the cage, on the cage.
Hang on, don't run away. Officer, come on. Get him.
I've got him.
It's election day.
Yeah, it is.
Who's going to win the election?
Oh, I can't say, I don't know.
It's like we're all right to film here because all we want to know, we're asking people because the politicians are not allowing us to. Is it Steve?
Yeah, that's the one.
So I've got his name straight away. I know him. So I know the old Bill as well. Right, Steve. What it is, we're asking people about immigration, just the normal social issues rather than the economic issues.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Now, I spoke to you before, Steve, and when I spoke to you the police force, people find it more difficult to talk to the police than you. Now I come along here, and there's you and your comrade there, and you're talking to people. We don't see police officers do that.
No.
You, I have become our social police force. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm glad that making people happy, that's the important thing.
Yeah.
And just try and communicate.
And you do make them feel safer on the street.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well, that's you know, I don't normally compliment the old Bill, you know what I mean. But we've got to have a balanced view on this. That's just a little bit. Put a bit of comedy into it because that's what it is on this street. Now, you lot, whenever I talk to you lot, you do have a sense of humour.
Yeah.
You do look a man or a woman in the eye. You will have the crack with them, as we say in Ireland. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you, when you go back to the police station, Steve, can you talk to the other lot, the other police officers, and tell them that we want people like you out here? And them horses shitting in the middle of our roads, we don't like that either.
All right, mate.
Is that all right?
Yeah,
Love you.
Right.
And he's one of the good guys. Nice one. Give you that one, Steve. Thank you very much. Look at this coming in, so we get gorgeous. Can you sure? Can you bite my tomato? That's a fucking surprise. We're down in Lewisham, me and Lil, doing our business, and the producers turned up. I thought you was at work. What are you fucking doing
I've just been putting my vote down.
You've been voting?
Put my cross on.
Who did you vote for?
I voted for Darren Johnson, Green Party.
Right, can you speak up a little bit?
Darren Johnson, Green Party, because they're going to be doing something about the childcare in this country. They want to raise the minimum rate of pay for all people to above £8 an hour, and they seem to have the best policies on justice, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
So that's why I voted for him.
Right, now fuck up and do some work.
See you later, Lil. Bye. Wanker. Would you like to say a few words?
Hello, mate.
This man's going to vote today.
Your name is? Lyndon. Yeah. Oh,
Shall I turn you round?
I'm shy.
you're a little shy. You don't look very shy to me. You're looking good today, Lyndon. All right, and this is your daughter.
That's my son.
Right, this is. Oh, sorry, it's the hair. Right, sorry. Right, Lyndon Lyndon and his son. Right, so Lyndon, how long have you been in this country? We've got the election coming up.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
9 years now.
Right, you've been here 9 years. Now, you've got a lot of British people, Lyndon, at the moment, and they're becoming quite concerned about immigration into this country. Can you understand their concerns, or do you just completely disagree with them?
I understand the concern.
You can understand that, yeah? So, what do you do? What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm a butcher.
You're a butcher?
Yeah.
I better be careful here then. You ain't got no... So what do you think of the makeup of the country? How do you feel in this country? Do you feel that you're being treated? Do you feel that this country is integrated, or do you feel that this country is fractured?
I feel like I'm treated.
You're treated good. And what country did you come from?
Jamaica.
Jamaica? Yeah? So, you ain't got any weed, have you? Lyndon, love it. I'm going to leave it on that. We'll take the Fifth Amendment in case the police come. Love you. Thank you, Lyndon. Hello, mate. Can I talk to you? I see you listening now. What's your name? What's your name? It's all right. My name's Bill Maloney. I'm a film director. I make documentary films, and I come from the lower classes, as you can hear by the way I'm talking. And I saw you listening intently there, and you look like you got something to say. What's your name? Just the Christian name will do. And if you don't want me to put it up, I won't put it up.
Tony's the name, Bill.
That's my brother's name. Tony, you're South East London boy. Are you?
Okay, yeah.
Well, no, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What school did you go to?
Why?
No, I'm just asking people. I'm just doing like it's polling day, it's election day. None of the politicians are talking to people in the street. They'll talk about the economy forever in detail, but they won't talk about any social issues and the grievances of the people in this country, the immigrants, about our services being put under pressure by soaking our areas with the immigrants instead of putting them into the plusher areas where the middle and upper classes live.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I agree with you. Some of it.
Some of it, yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you do to make this country better?
People like you in Parliament. Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Is that what you're looking for?
I'll tell you what. He knows this man, doesn't he? Thank you very much, son. Let's touch hands on that. God bless you, mate. All right.
I'm Harry.
Harry?
Yes.
Coming in, Harry. And you're an Arsenal supporter?
Big time.
Right. Right, so this is Harry and he's an Arsenal supporter.
Yeah, and I'm a foreigner
Harry,
as well.
I'm filming like he's not a foreigner, he said.
I am a foreigner.
Oh, you are a foreigner?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a foreigner? What do you mean, unfortunately? Right.
We're not really popular.
Where'd you come from, Harry?
I'm from Antigua.
Antigua?
Yeah.
What are you doing over here? You're all fucking blokes, this is fucking crazy. It's left Antigua to come to fucking Lewisham.
That's my wife, she'll tell you what I'm doing.
What's he done? That's why he's here. This is the lovely lady. Now let's have it back here. Stay here. That's why Harry's over here. Harry's in love. Harry's in love.
Definitely.
Right, Harry. Now we've got an election coming up.
That's true.
Now for the last 13 years in this country, we've had a Labour government. Now we seem to be going causing a lot of grief, a lot of wars around different countries in the world. I mean, if I can just give you one crazy fact, on this planet we have 191 countries.
Right.
Now America has a military presence in 135 of them. How do you feel about that, Harry?
Well, that's money making, man. That's how they make money.
Of course, because the troops have to be fed, so they're clothed, and then you've got to have the...
They gotta sell their weapons as well.
They've got to sell their weapons?
All the weapons they make, and they have to make money off of that, aren't they?
Gotcha. We'll have you up tomorrow.
Right, this is a mate of mine, Chris, and he's another stallholder in Lewisham Market. What's wrong with this country, Chris?
Too many immigrants.
Yeah, right, so that's what everyone's saying, because it's the cheap labour they're getting them over for, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so our class of people, they want us to take a drop in wages. So
yeah, they do, but you see, if the English, see the thing is worth is for the English bills. An Englishman now is a lazy man. That's why foreign immigrant workers are getting the work. They will work half the money, they will not stop working all day till they finish the job done. And that's what puts the Englishmen out of work, because they're too lazy.
why do we bring in immigrants? Why are we bringing all these immigrants into the country?
Cheap labour.
Cheap labour.
That's right. And I blame the people that employ them, because they are all they're out is just to make money.
I'll tell you what, I just felt for her then. She's fucking useless, but I always give them something. Hello, mate. Hello. All I'm doing, I'm just taking the camera through the street and I'm asking the people, giving you a chance to say how you feel, right? So now we're coming up, this is polling day, we're going to pick a leader. Now there's 68 million of us in this country and we got to get one hero to lead us. Who's going to be the hero to lead us? You tell me first.
Don't know. I ain't a bit interested in it.
Yeah, I like that one. My old woman. I'll tell you what, you're probably right. I know.
I'm a bit interested in politics. I don't vote. I don't do nothing.
Right.
When they come round my door, I'll just jog them on out of it. Just shut my door.
But right. So let me just ask you about how do you think our National Health Service is?
Oh, it's crap.
It's looked after me, though.
It's looked after you.
Yeah.
Right, so you've had to use it and on occasions in your family, and it's always been there.
It's always yeah.
But don't you think that with all the
I haven't had that much, I suppose, but yeah, it's
what do you feel about all the immigrants that are coming into it, because they put all the immigrants.
You're very sure now, aren't you? Very, very careful where you tread it.
Well,
everybody feels they're frightened to say anything.
Well, I am.
Everybody gets in my cab talks about it.
I'm not. I'm just stuttering.
Every old gets lived in Lewisham all their life moans about it. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
I bet you'd have a moan about it, wouldn't you? What do you think of all the immigrants coming over here? Who? The immigrants.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, lovely. Right.
Lovely.
So, he's military there, isn't it? So
I was Polish.
No.
Are
you Polish? In Dobre. No, but what we're saying is that they are putting our services under pressure. That's all it is. And the thing is that what I'm jarred about is, now if you're going to bring a lot of immigrants in, I don't mind if you distribute them through the country into the wealthy areas. Let them fucking have them as well. Don't just keep putting them into our areas and putting our health service, our social services, everything that all our services, public services we got, are being put under pressure. Because if they're built for, like, say, a couple of million people, and then all of a sudden you've got 4 million, ain't going to work, is it?
You ain't got the infrastructure to cope with it, have you?
That's right.
What about that, the sewage systems? Do what?
He wants a cab. He wants a cab.
I don't know.
Right, nice of you. What's your name, anyway?
Who do you represent?
You. What's your name?
Keith.
Keith.
No, who do you represent? What's all that there?
I'm a filmmaker. Look, I come from South East London, and I'll sit instead of go on down.
He's a commentator, man.
Yeah. Well, check them out. I'm just giving, no, that's not it. There's 4 films that are there, and that gives you the website, and then when you go, you can see all the other work and things that we've been.
Buy a match film there.
So see what I mean? So there you go. See, he started attacking us, didn't he, when we came over? Now you know we're attacking one of you. Go on.
Yeah,
all right. Nice one. So who's going to win the election? Who's going to win?
Labour.
Labour. Yeah. Who do you want to win?
I want to win Labour.
You want Labour to win?
Yeah.
Why do you want Labour to win? It's only for YouTube, mate. Is that all right? Yeah, what's your name?
Feroz.
Feroz, yeah, I'll give you a card, Feroz. I'm Bill Maloney, I'm a documentary filmmaker. I know your mate here, haven't we? We've known him for a while, so. Right, Feroz, you got political opinions. How long have you been in this country, Feroz?
17 years.
17 years. Do you feel that you're British?
Yeah.
Do you feel that you have been accepted as British by the British?
Definitely.
Well, that's good.
They look after you.
Right, the British people look after you, and that's good. And so, and you pay back while you do your work, and you keep the community going. Well, that's good. Who's going to win today?
I think Conservative going to win it.
Do you trust politicians? You don't trust them.
They all say, they all say,
that's what everyone's saying. No one trusts them.
They tell you something, and when the time comes, they don't.
So that can make them very dangerous people.
That's right.
That's right. It's been nice talking to you, mate. And if I can get you up on, if it goes in, I'll put you up there. That smells good.
Right.
I'll see you.
Nice to see you.
And can I just you know, this is we're talking about immigration and things like that. And my parents came over from Ireland, and we've got these 2 guys, and you know, they're putting something into the community. Their culture's rich, whether it's their food, their music, their intellect, and even their looks. Yeah. So listen, peace, chaps. Peace.
Take care.
And you. See you. Now, this is Tanya, right? She's been an avid supporter of our company for Pie and Mash Films. Now, Tanya, today is the election. It's election day, the poll day. Who are you going to vote for?
I'm not voting.
You're not voting. Why? Would you? Do you trust the politicians?
No.
You don't trust them?
No.
Why are they our leaders? Because that's what Tony, what everyone's saying is, we don't trust the politicians. Why are they in the position of power if none of us trust them?
I don't know.
Terrible, isn't it?
We've been university and we ain't.
Yeah. Do you think that's what it is? Yeah. Well, see, that's just a simple thing. Maybe university, you know what I mean? Thank God we never went there because we'd be horrible and brutal like you lot. Love you. Bye, darling. Do you trust politicians?
No.
You don't trust politicians?
No.
Not one?
Not really, no. It's their job, they're in it for themselves. I mean, it's been proved with the scandal of the expenses. I think there was 2 MPs out of the whole area that never don't even put expenses in.
Yeah, that's right.
I think one guy up north, for one Labour guy, I forget his name now, he doesn't even put any expenses in.
Well, you know, the strange thing is, Gary, everyone we spoke to, we ask them all these questions and they say they want to win, but no one trusts them. No. It's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
They're treating the kids worse than the real criminals.
I think that's life, though. I think you tend to have politicians that, unfortunately, a lot of them are in it for what they can get.
How would you deal with street crime?
Oh, I mean, it's a massive thing. I mean, I think it's got to start from home.
Maybe poverty.
Yeah, but I think also parents have got to take the lead. We can't keep blaming everybody else. People have got to look closer to home sometimes, and you look how you bring your own kids up, how you brought yourself up. If they look at you and think, well, my dad done it, my mum done it, I'll do it.
But where's all our youth clubs, Gal?
Yeah, no, but I still see with youth clubs. I still think.
Where's our boxing clubs?
Yeah, that's different. I think you
our
need
football clubs.
Yeah,
they've all gone. That's what that was part of our lower class.
Yeah,
I mean, no football. You're not going to get no footballers going to go. Oh, hello, how are you? Awfully. Are you? They're from our class of people.
You need sports clubs. You need football clubs. You need football clubs that kids haven't got to pay to go to.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's too expensive now for kids to go because they've got to pay for pitches and everything that should be funded. boxing clubs, yeah, things like that. I still think though with youth clubs, you know, if you had youth club, you'll only get a certain kid go there. If you're a troublemaker, you're an aggro, you ain't going to go to the youth club because you don't want some youth leader telling you, hold on, play tables sensibly. So they're still going to hang around.
So we go back again to like the parents, education and poverty.
Yeah, well if I've got a kid of 12, 13, 14, 15 and he comes home with a gold watch or a new phone, if any of my kids done that, well, where'd you get that? Oh, I got it off so-and-so. You're talking rubbish. I'll ring him up then and find out. If people are allowing their kids to come home with stuff, trainers, things and things, well, where'd you get the money for it? You don't go to work.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Right. Yeah,
they don't challenge you.
They don't challenge you.
So if the kids are allowed to
like our government, we don't challenge our government.
No, we don't. We don't.
If you look at corporate crime, so if you've got kids that that kids are getting hard time in proper prisons now, and companies like Serco are getting up to £250,000 to incarcerate each child.
Yep.
Now these bankers, if bankers have been stealing billions, the taxes aren't being paid on them.
No.
So those taxes would maybe go to the National Health Service, the poor, same as the Queen. The Queen doesn't pay all her tax. She owns one of the biggest tax havens, which is the island of Jersey. We don't own that, that's the Crown.
No, but unfortunately, that is always, when you've got money, in any walk of life, in any country, if you've got money, you'll always make money.
But Gal, if they pay their taxes properly, then we may do away with poverty, and we know that poverty leads to crime, dysfunctional families.
But we're the easy target. A working person is the easy target because you're done as a PAYE.
Yeah, but when you say working person, you don't mean the middle classes, you're talking about the lower class working person.
Yeah, I'm talking about someone who goes and does a bit of cleaning or does an ordinary everyday job, but still has to pay their tax at the end of the month because it come out their salary. If you're a multi-millionaire or a millionaire or a wealthy person, you've got people that say, don't put your tax there, we'll put your tax there, we'll have that put over there, we'll have put that.
They don't pay it.
And they don't pay the tax.
What about the millionaires that are paying less tax than the street cleaners?
Yeah, exactly. Because they've got people who are telling them where to go and invest their money.
Right.
You haven't got
Gal, I've got your blood pressure up now. Thank you very much. And I'll come and I'll see you again.
Take care.
When it goes up, I'll let you know, Gal. Can I just ask you, Graham, do you feel safe on the streets?
No.
Why don't you feel safe on the streets?
Too many youngsters with knives, too much mugging, and the time. Put these youngsters in a camp, not to teach them war, because war, as you know, is not very pretty.
So you're talking like summer camps like we used to have.
Exactly, yeah.
Teach the youngsters to live together.
That's right.
Teach them the simple things, how to cook, how to live together.
That's right.
A bit of canoeing maybe a little bit out with bouncles. Like all the posh kids get, all the posh kids now, they still go, they go mountaineering, they go canoeing, they go all around the world because their parents have got the money to allow them to do it.
Exactly.
So if that's the kind of education that they're giving themselves, they must think it's right. Why don't they give it to ours? It's election day, and John, I'm coming to you in a minute, John.
To get my next
Right. So this is Steve, right? Steve, hold up. Let's go the other way here, fucking hell. Right, Steve, it's election day today. Now, you've worked this market for many years, and you were born and bred in this country, the same as your family. You've always paid your taxes. Now, what is your biggest concern in this election? What is your biggest concern? Is it the economy? Is it child welfare? Is it immigration? What is it?
Probably immigration and helping small businesses.
Right. And so what do you think they should do? What should they do for immigrants?
What should they do?
And why are they bringing them all over here?
Well, I think something needs to be sorted out about it, doesn't it? It needs to be stopped.
Is it cheap labour?
Possibly, but people who are employing them are paying for cheap wages. They're not complaining, are they?
No.
The trouble is doing the Englishman out of work.
Right, and also what about when most of the immigrants, Steve, they're coming into our areas, mate, right? So when they come into our areas, that puts our resources under pressure, like i.e. our National Health Service, doctors, dentists, we have to share ours, but they don't put these immigrants and their health problems into rich areas, do they?
No, they don't. But the trouble is now they're in, it's too late, isn't it? Because there's so many do-gooders out there. Yeah. Every time they try and do something about it, the do-gooders put a stop to it, so it doesn't get sorted out, does it?
Right, that's it.
I think at the end of the day, Bill, it don't matter who's in and who's out.
We're going to get fucked.
Yeah. Put it that
I
way.
just swore. Love it, eh?
Right, see you later,
Well,
Billy.
thank you very much, Steve. Now listen, this is John, right? I know John. John is Steve's dad, and he's born and bred in this country, British worker. He's been feeding people for many, many years, and feeding them well and fairly, unlike the supermarkets. John, what do you want to say? You've got your chance, it's going to go up on YouTube. Give me some of your grievances.
Having to work is my biggest grievance. And these film directors annoy me when I'm trying to earn a living.
But you know, I was just talking to your son, I was just talking to Steve, and I'm talking about our health resources, our education resources, our transport resources, everything that we have in the lower working class areas is being put under pressure, while the middle classes and the upper classes send all the immigrants into our areas.
That's right. They move out when they move in their area, don't they?
Yeah, that's what they don't let them in there.
No,
they can't afford to go and live there.
No, that's very true.
That's right. So, help me out. I love you.
See you, Bill. Take care.
It's election day today. This is Reg. Now, Reg has been keeping people in Lewisham in fishing, keeping them healthy by giving them a good, sustainable produce for how many years, Reg?
45 years.
45 years. Fucking hell. The train robber's only got 30. Now, Reg is. I think he's about to retire.
Yeah,
Who's
right.
going to win this election, Reg? You want the Conservatives to win?
Well, they're going to win it. I whether I want them to win or not.
What's your biggest issue? What is your biggest concern?
Immigration.
Immigration.
Yeah.
Why is it immigration?
Because there's not too many people in the country now.
Well, everyone I've been talking to is saying that a lot of immigrants are being brought in as cheap labour, and because the likes of me and you from the lower classes, we stop doffing our caps to them. Do you think that's got anything to do with it? Cheap labour.
Cheap labour. Yeah, I think so.
Right.
These big firms get cheap.
Right, well thank you very much. I've been telling you.
I'm waiting. Next 2 weeks, mate.
I'll let you know when this is up.
I don't like it, Bill. I don't like it. Makes me wonder why I went to war.
Why do you think you went to war?
Because I was forced into it.
Forced?
Yeah.
You had no choice?
I had no choice.
It's election day today, right? Everyone's gone to the polls. Now, are you going to vote?
No.
Why? Why won't you vote?
Because the point is that they're all crooks nicking all the money.
The politicians?
Politicians.
The members of parliament?
Yeah, and also they allow the banks to get away with all the people's money and everything.
Right.
And that's why the economy is such a bad state.
Right.
All because of the bankers.
So what would we do about, what should we do about the bankers and the members of parliament, the politicians who are stealing from us?
Well, half of them should be on trial, and the bankers should pay the money back to the taxpayers or go to jail like they are doing in America if they're found guilty.
Yeah, right. That's good. Yeah, I like that, Compton. Now, do you trust the politicians?
No.
Not at all?
Not at all, because they're all having freebies and they're not owning up to it.
Compton, how old are you?
50.
You're 50, right? So me and you are about the same age,
yeah.
right? Now, when we were kids, we used to have youth clubs, we used to have boxing clubs, we used to have football clubs, and we used to have play centres, so that in the summer holidays, our kids could have gone there and had something to eat and a game of football with our mates. And none of that. We've got nothing for the lower classes.
Yeah, what they've done, they've sold up the council just as bad. They sold off all the fields and clubs, and what club there is, some of the lads a bit nuisances, they spoil it for the others, so they close it and then the land dealers come in and buy it.
Yeah.
And that's they just ruin everything. And boxing clubs,
because you boxed a bit yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, all the boxing club which is available, some kids, their mum don't make an effort to take them to travel. They want them on their doorstep, but that ain't it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, if you want your kids out of trouble, you've got to pay the money and take them and get them involved. You can't just chuck them out in the street because they get in bad trouble.
Well, a lot of people are saying now, see, when my parents came over here, they were immigrants, so I am the son of immigrants.
Same as me.
Same as you, right? But when we came over here, we took a lot of abuse, the Irish and black people.
Yeah.
We took a fucking hell of a lot of abuse, right?
Yeah.
Now, Are we giving that same abuse to the immigrants that are coming over?
No, because I find that they're gelling in and they're just getting on with everything what's going on, because they come from countries with nothing.
Yeah.
So when they come here, they're just hard workers. And I find
still lower class people like we are.
And the young black guys who should be learning and taking opportunity, they're not. They're killing one another and just not focusing, because their parents are not getting them focused to make money.
And what a waste of so much talent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Compton? It's terrible, because we know that the cultures that you and I came from, and we grew up together, we were brothers, weren't we? You know what I mean? And it was I think it was our generation when we, black and white, really started to unite. But it only seemed to happen with us as the lower classes. The middle and the upper classes didn't integrate with us.
No, they did and they never. All depends what clubs they were.
Yeah, but you know, how often do you go out somewhere and one of your mates is talking awfully like that and saying, "Oh, hello, Compton. I haven't seen you since yesterday." It ain't, is it? It's all right, Compton. What's fucking happening? How are you?
No, a lot of the lads who did come from these privileged backgrounds, they were just normal. They spoke as normal as they can.
Yeah, but they're the future. They're the future, Compton, you know what I mean? So the kids are the future.
Yeah, but then parents need to nurture them to become the future, not allowing them to do what they're doing, joining these gangs and they're
so we have to self-discipline ourselves and our children if we're going to survive with any kind of decent, normal life.
Well, decent community, really.
Yeah.
Because the Asian, the Chinese, doesn't matter what background they are, the youngsters are all the same. Once they join the gang, that's it.
Yeah.
They just all break loose.
Right, Compton, nice, love you, mate.
Right.
He's giving an effect. Step back.
Mate, can I talk to you? Yeah. I'll give you a couple of bob now and again. I'll see you sitting there. And you're living on the street and you're living hard. But I just saw you give one of your brothers there a cigarette.
Yeah, last cigarette I got.
Well, I think that's great what you've done. I just want to give you something, mate.
I tell this world, it's made up of individuals.
Yeah.
And sometimes we can't live without each other.
Yeah.
And if we live to pull our thoughts and help each other out a little more often, we'll achieve that little more.
Yeah.
We'll put ourselves out that little more.
Take that, brother.
Yeah. God bless you. God bless you, man.
Okay.
God bless you.
Love you, man.
Love you, man.
And now look what you just done. It was really good.
Okay.
Chuck it on me, Lil. Do you see that? You see this guy? This guy's got absolute. You got me, Lil? You see that this guy's living on the street and he's got absolutely fuck all. And the generosity that he just showed towards a fellow street person, it just blew me away. And when I think of you bankers, the way you are treating the people, I'll tell you what, I couldn't put it. Oh, hang on, we've got the old bill. Yeah, it's our friend again. Hello, mate. It's all right. I'm a documentary filmmaker, mate. I've got a press pass and everything. I'm perfectly legal, and it's election day. We're just having a laugh with the people and put stuff up on YouTube. Who are you going to vote for?
He's going to vote for me.
He's not going to vote.
He's going to vote for me. He's going to vote for me.
Thanks, mate. So come back here. So, mate, come here. Right, he's not going to vote, him. He's not going to vote. Who are you going to vote for?
I'm going to vote for nobody.
But if you could vote, who would you vote for?
Labour.
Labour?
Yeah.
Right, that's it. What about me? Would you vote for me?
Yeah, I'm voting.
Love you, brother.
Come to the present politicians, they're a load of balls, a load of rubbish.
Right.
A load of rubbish, and that is putting... Because words are cheap, Bill.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait and see who gets in, because all their promises will go out of the world, out of the window.
We've heard them all before.
We've heard them all before.
And nothing's changed.
Nothing has changed.
I just want to ask you one more question.
No problem. Let's turn on the music.
I'm back. Yeah. Just one question.
Go ahead, yeah.
Just only one.
Yeah,
go ahead. Yes or no. Get it straight on Israel's face.
Yeah.
Israel, do you trust politicians?
No. Not as far as I can throw them.
Right, good.
And trust me, I can't throw them very far.
Now this one. Do you trust politicians?
No.
and I would never.
Well done. Can I ask this man?
Yeah.
Do you trust politicians?
No.
No. Thank you very much. Let me give you a card.
Like that.
Thank you. Can I ask you?
Them are the biggest. Them are the biggest.
But do you trust politicians?
No.
Even the kids.
Not looking good. Not looking good.
Even the kids don't like you.
She's 12, but she don't trust politicians.
Oh, fucking hell, noisy. Taxi. Right, Pat. So let me just get the story first, right? We're rolling, Lil, right? Right, so the story is they've had you in there for 18 hours, right? Because you was drinking a can of beer on the street. And that is why, but you're a persistent offender. So they keep nicking you for that.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm just going to tell a story, Pat. So you like your fag, and I'll just tell this story, Lil. And if you can get us both while I'm telling this story, right? So that's all right, it's a pleasure. Now, so what's happened here is Pat lives on the street. He's a street guy. Now you can see what kind of state he's in, right? This is the state that Pat's in. Now this is the story. I'm going to tell you a story, Pat, can I?
Yeah,
and then I'll talk to you. Right. Now what Pat is living on the street and is a chronic alcoholic, right? Now what he's been persistently arrested for drinking cans on the street. Now he's just spent 18 hours in Lewisham Police Station because they caught him drinking one can on the street. Was you being abusive?
No.
So he wasn't being abusive, and they don't always lie, you know what I mean? So he wasn't being abusive, one can. They got him in for 18 hours. This is the state that they've let Pat out in.
Yeah.
Now this man is a chronic alcoholic. Did they give you any medication?
Yeah, tablets. Yeah.
They gave you tablets, but what did they do for you? Anything?
They stopped the shakes for a bit.
They stopped the shakes for a little bit, but they're back now. So what is the thing that you need to stop your shakes?
Cider.
He needs a cider. And that, the government is taking 80% in taxes from each pint or bottle of cider that is sold. And I'll tell you what, I think if Pat weren't living on the street and he weren't in such a state, me and him probably would have been mates, all right? Now, but he's still got a friend here, okay? Right, Pat? I think we might have been mate, me and you seem to come from the same tribe. And I cannot believe that the police have let a man out of prison in this condition, and I think that that is fucking outrageous, and that is showing the brutality of the police in this country. 18 hours, give him a couple of pills, get rid of the shakes. You're not looked after properly, are you? Did they give you anything to eat?
Yeah.
How did you eat?
Sausages.
Sausages?
Yeah, sausages.
Fucking sausages.
Some other stuff. Like
what? The MPs ain't eating sausages. Who are you going to vote for? You can't, can you? Well, because they ain't going to do nothing to you one way or another.
Nope, not a thing.
This is Pat. What a fucking lovely society we live in. Anyway, Pat, let's go and get you a cider. You're going that way, ain't you?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Go on then. Fuck off. Oh, Pat, what's been happening with you anyway?
Not a lot, bro.
Pat, thanks. I'm going to let you go and get your beer and I'll see you around, all right?
Right, yeah.
And be a good boy.
Yeah.
If you can't be good, don't get caught.
Cheers, Pat.
Love you, Pat. Bye, mate. Bye. And you, Pat.
Ta-da.
And you. Hey?
It's all right.
Right, so there goes Pat. I've known Pat for quite a few years, you know. He's on the street and you give him something. If these people are ill, you know, you've got to have a little bit of empathy with them because they're, but for the grace of God, go I. So you see someone like Pat on the street, if you've got any heart, you've got any soul, give them something. And if you give them something one night and they're drunk and they give you a bit of abuse, next night you see them, give them something else. That's what makes you a decent person. Don't judge them. If you could say, you can say one thing to all these leaders at 94 years of age, having fought in the Second World War for this country, and also I believe that you never saw your missus, which was your girlfriend at the time.
Right.
After 4 days, you got married.
2 days.
So you got married,
yeah.
And then 2 days after you got married, you went off to war, and you never saw your wife again for 4 years.
4.5 years.
So, having said all that about you, your experience, looking at that camera, and what would you say to our leaders now?
As I said to you before, talk, don't fight, talk. And that is the solution, I think, to everything. Sit down and talk, and that would solve a lot of problems. But nobody wants to sit down and talk to you, Bill. They just don't want to, they just ignore it, they go their own sweet way, and it's wrong.
Did you go to war for? Did you go to war for Queen and country?
No.
Who did you go to war for?
For my missus. I went to war for my missus.
Right, so here I am. I've been on the streets of South London all day, and I've been getting people's opinions. And I must have asked 200-300 people, do you trust a politician? Not one of them said yes. None of them trust you. And see, this is my voting card, and this is how much I fucking trust you. Got it? And this is Bill Maloney of Pie Mesh Films speaking to you cunts who have been fucking us for all these years. And we fucking hate you. Now fuck off and let us run our own lives. Wankers.